In this video, we'll be learning about exponents, specifically the powers of 10. Imagine you have a number like 10. When we write it with an exponent, such as to 1, this is what's called an exponent. This just means 10 times itself one time. So that means when we increase the exponent to 2, this just equals 10 times itself 2 times, so 10 times 10, which equals 100. So now let's take it a step further and do 10 to the third power. That just means it's 10 times 10 times 10, which if you do that, it's equal to 1000. So as the exponent increases, the value of the number increases in what we call exponentially. So each time we multiply the base number, that means that the exponent's increasing as well. So we could also think of exponent numbers as equal to the number of zeros. For example, 10 squared, we said equals 100. So there's 2 zeros, and that's the same as the exponent. And same with this. The exponent is 3, and there's 3 zeros. So now what do we do when we have powers of 10 with a negative exponent? So let's take 10 to the negative 1 power, for example. So negative exponents means it's the reciprocal of 10 to the first power. So that means it's 1 to 10 over 1. So that equals to 1 over 10, or 0.1. You can also just think of this like that. So you can also raise this to the negative 2 power. That equals to 1 over 10 squared, or 1 over 100. That equals 0.01. Also, we can think of this as, so we first start from 1, and then we just move it 2 decimal places over. So that means it's 0.01. Negative exponents indicate that we are working with fractions or decimals, and they represent the inverse or reciprocal of the corresponding positive power. So in real life situations, a lot of people use exponents in scientific notation, which just means a number like 3 multiplied by a power of 10 to a random exponent, let's say 8 here. So this form allows us to represent the number accurately and understand its magnitude more easily. So if we simplify this, we get 300 million, because if it's 8 to the 8th power, that means that there's 8 zeros. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you write that as 100 million, and then multiply that by 3, that equals 300 million. So as you can see, this scientific notation form is much more simpler than just writing out all these zeros. And it's the same case with negative exponents. So if it has a very small value like 0.0000005, we can also write this as 5 times 10 to the negative 8. And if you move it, it gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 decimal places. And that's just basically 5 times 0.000000001. So now let's try out some examples. So what does 10 to the 7th power equal? Okay, so this is just 10 times 10 times 10, and you just do this 7 times, and that will equal 10 million. And as you can see, there's 7 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's try 10 to the negative 5th. Okay, so this is just 1, move it 5 places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 4 zeros. It's 0.00001. And for our final example, let's do 6 times 10 to the negative 4th power. So first we find this part, and that's just, you move the decimal point 4 places, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and so we get 0.0001, and then we multiply that by 6, and we get 0.0006. Another way to quickly find the full notation for powers of 10 with a negative exponent, like 10 to the negative 4th power, we just subtract that exponent by 1, so 4 minus 1 equals 3, and that's going to be how much zeros are after the decimal point. So after this, it's 1, 2, 3.